All right, let's see. Control what you reveal. Never start moving your own lips and teeth before the subordinates do. The longer I keep quiet, the sooner others move their lips and teeth. As they move their lips and teeth, I can thereby understand their real intentions. If the sovereign is not mysterious, the ministers will find opportunity to take and take. That's a quote by Han Fei Su. Power in many ways is a game of appearances, and when you say less than necessary, you inevitably appear greater and more powerful than you are. Your silence will make other people uncomfortable. Humans are machines of interpretation and explanation. They have to know what you are thinking. When you carefully control what you reveal, they cannot pierce your intentions or your meaning. Your short answers will put them on the defensive, and they will jump in, nervously filling the silence with all the kinds of comments that will reveal valuable information about them and their weaknesses. They will leave a meeting with you feeling as if they have been robbed, and they will go home and ponder your every word. This extra attention to your brief comments will only add to your power. Daily law: powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. That's from the 48 Laws of Power. Law number 4, always say less than necessary. That's something I definitely have to work on. I know I talk too much. It's a bad habit. Whatever. I'm working on it. Always say less than necessary. Which means I should end the video right now. Alright. Well, yesterday was a great day with the dogs. They were a lot of fun. With the brief moment I got to spend with them. I'm normally in the yard with them, hanging out. Shut up. I'm normally in there with them, but the other guys I was working with, they wanted to be in the yard, so that means I was on the floor, which is a lot of little menial tasks, making sure everything is like clean and tidy, and which probably is necessary because I don't know, those guys don't clean as much as I do. I mean, that was kind of instilled into me a long time ago at the rescue I was with. So, whoa, this one's sweet. I don't know why. It's extra sweet. Oh, I think they're like the salty packets in here. That's probably why. So it's probably an Alani and like one of those salty watermelon packets. So hopefully this gate opens. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yesterday it was broken and I had to open it by hand. So let's see what happens this time. Hopefully they fixed it. It kind of looked like they did. So let's see. Yep, opens. Nice. All right, let's have a nice, pleasant ride to work. Completely unremarkable and boring. What kind of drives I like? Easy on the gas. Trying to work on that. I can get out of hand. See, I'm already saying more than I should. Breaking the rule. Yeah. I had all kinds of dreams. Some of them were interesting, and I would wake up in the middle of the night from them, remembering them, thinking, oh man, gotta remember that. And I used to write a bunch of dreams down that I would remember. I have a whole file in this phone of dreams that I've written down, but I haven't been remembering them as much. Obviously, I don't know why, but that has been the case. What else? I don't know. Don't have a whole lot to talk about. So who knows? Probably just be a nice, quiet video. And my woman says she downloaded something interesting to listen to, but I'm gonna wait till I get home so I can see it with her. Don't know what it is exactly. Hopefully some of the pods will be interesting today. I'm going through my Instagram and really thinning out anything I see that like a just bullshit negative account, gone. Getting rid of all of it. I don't want any of that shit in my head anymore. Try to stay positive. Try to be positive. The world's negative enough. I don't need to be joining in and all that. Everybody wants to speed around me. Alright, go ahead and go around. I have anything to do with you. Let's drink more of this. Let's get all hopped up on caffeine. Today can be that kind of day. What does this say now? 405, what's it? 17th through 20th, 405 South, 3 lanes at Sepulveda. Closed, I guess. Sepulveda's further than I need. And I'm not going south. I'm going north. So that's good. It's got nothing to do with me. Well, this month's almost over. I said 7, so that means what, July? I guess the 250th anniversary of this country is coming up on the 4th. I wouldn't be surprised if something goes down somewhere. Something happens on the 4th. Something negative, probably having to do with a gun. I would love to take all the serious guns away in like a very, very prominent way. I've already really limited what we can carry or use or buy or own, however you want to put it. They've already trampled all over the Second Amendment. They would just like to take it away for good. And they've already done a pretty good job at avoiding the First Amendment. Pretty much, if you want to stand on the street, you can say whatever you want out in the open in public. The amount of censorship that's readily activated on social media and the internet, the corporations should be ashamed of themselves for doing that. And using algorithms to limit the reach of certain types of speech, that's pretty nefarious, if you ask me. This is why some people wanted, they wanted something about, I forgot what I heard, something about the internet. They wanted it to be regulated like a public utility. And I think if that was the case, they wouldn't be able to censor as much as they could. Something like that I heard. I don't know if that's accurate. Don't quote me. Probably just more tinfoil hat fun. Oh, and I saw an interesting post about AI. So supposedly, I guess the main issue with a lot of these AI platforms are they're kind of primed to be like a yes man, meaning it'll agree with all kinds of different things that aren't necessarily true when it comes to like information that you're given. It's like it kind of like hypes you up a little bit in a way that's not, I want to say healthy, but it's not like helpful. It doesn't push back much. You have to prime it with a prompt that actually gives it the mind of a more critical thinker. And this post that I saw gave a whole prompt to that you could integrate into the architecture of whatever AI. I think it was talking about Claude specifically. So if you go into Claude's settings, you can insert a prompt, a permanent prompt that gives it the foundation of a more critical thinking platform. When I read the prompt, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. I like this. So I was thinking about doing that. Let's see what it does. Matter of fact, I'll probably do that today. And then I want to have it take a look at some of the things that I've created, just to see what it thinks. See what this says. This thing just says the same thing every time, it just changes the date. Avoid congestion on June 25th now, use transit. Last time it was like the 15th or the 16th. Like, it just, why? Why those dates and what's going to be congested on these dates? Who knows? Oh, darn it. I actually meant to bring a book today. I'm rereading Napoleon Hill. I meant to bring it. But I did not. Well, it looks pretty cool. I don't know what kind of car this is. The lights in front. It has like a nice big wide light bar in front. Oh, that's that Kia. Those are really cute. It's like this little hatchback Kia. I forget what it's called. I think it's like their electric little hatchback situation. The lights in front look real nice. Alright, I have exited the valley. I think, technically. Or maybe not. This is probably still part of the valley, I think. I like that this is a pleasant ride to work. It helps set the day on a good energy level. What does this say? I wonder if that's it says an incident at Route 14. Sometimes stuff like that happens and they put that up on the sign. Could have happened like yesterday and they forget to take that off. Let me see how accurate this is. This says it's at Route 14, and I would assume that's at the split that's coming up in about 100 yards. Oh, I do see some lights up here. And brake lights. I wonder what happened. Let's get over. Yep, something happened up here. Now we are all stopped. We're creeping. I wonder. The cops are doing one of those things where they're weaving back and forth between all the lanes just to keep everybody slowed down. Hopefully everybody's okay. See, this is exactly why I leave with plenty of time to spare. I don't want to have to be stressed out or be getting there late. I mean, even though I'm starting super early, it doesn't. Technically, I'll never be late because my start time is like 2 hours from now. But that's not the point. I say I'm going to be someplace at a certain time. I like to be there at that time. Otherwise, I'm late. Still see cop lights way ahead. I can see it reflecting off the trucks because the trucks sit so high. So I can see like the blue light flashing off of their trailers. I don't know what this is about. Probably nothing. This has happened before. I've had the cops do this like right in front of me. So I was at the front of this line of people. And then all of a sudden they'll stop and take off and nothing ever happened. Like, what the heck was all that for? Just causing traffic to build up for nothing. Makes no sense. Alright, I see an arrow. I see flares. So a lane is closed, so I have to get everybody over. I wonder how many lanes. I wonder if a truck was involved. Let's see. Yeah, you see some wild stuff when you're on the road long enough. I used to drive for a living. I've seen some wild stuff. I've seen a truck flipped over on its side. I've seen a car upside down. I've seen all kinds of crazy shit. How far over are we needing to get? Because, what are we looking at? I didn't see nothing. I don't know. No idea. There's about 3 or 4 cop cars, and then there was like cops along the side of like the slow lane, the shoulder, like with flashlights, looking at I don't know what. Didn't make any sense to me. No idea. Be funny if they were just training. This is how you block off lanes. Let me show you how you block off lanes. Just lay down a bunch of flares, turn on all your lights. Yeah, go around. I don't know why everybody wants to get behind me. There's a big truck right in front of me. You guys can obviously see I'm not going faster than this. This is exactly why I like to drive behind trucks. It helps. It helps me control my speed, and then it makes everybody get away from me. That's what I like. Everybody leave me alone. Oh, couple exits left. And I am there. Alright, I have arrived safely. Just like I like it. What? Why are you parked in my spot? How dare you park in my spot? And see. Boop. Right there. Alright, I have arrived. Okay, let's go to work.